Hi, good morning, Sean. Yes, House impeachment managers in their argument trying to draw a direct link between what former President Donald Trump said on January 6th and the events at the Capitol. Take a listen.
He got what he incited, and according to Donald Trump, we got what we deserved. Donald Trump's incitement of this insurrection, including his dereliction of his duty as commander-in-chief to defend the Capitol and the people in it, his complete refusal to condemn the attack while it was going on, and his continued incitement of the violence during the attack require impeachment.
Impeachment managers also using graphics and footage of the president's remarks at that Stop the Steal rally to match up together to try to draw a link. However, new reports from multiple outlets is that there's a law enforcement task force looking at pre-planning missions that were in effect in the days and weeks leading up to January 6th, saying that some groups possibly used tours of the Capitol in reconnaissance missions. They are also looking at possible foreign monies that were paid to certain groups to conduct these pre-planning missions and to execute some of the violence that went on January 6th. NBC News reporting that money may have been paid as early December to certain groups. And then there's even the impeachment managers themselves who yesterday said that the rioters planned in advance and some were wearing wires, a fact that was noted in a letter to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi sent from the former chief of Capitol Police, who was forced to resign because of the events on January 6th. In his letter, he wrote, quote, "A number of them," referring to the rioters, "were wearing radio earpieces indicating a high level of coordination." That has many Republicans asking if there was so much pre-planning going into this outside of Donald Trump's words, how much is there really a cause and effect between what the president said and what happened? However, Republican Matt Gaetz, talking to Greg Kelly, said last night that it goes beyond even President Trump at this point, and that Democrats are looking to indict his supporters, even the ones who were peaceful on January 6th. Take a listen.
We are watching as the Democrats are now expanding their indictment beyond just President Trump to his supporters, to the people who showed up in Washington, D.C., not to do any harm, not to breach the Capitol, but to express their displeasure with an election that they believe should have been run by tighter standards.
Now, if you'll recall, the first impeachment last year was regarding a phone call between two presidents, former President Trump and the president of Ukraine. And it's interesting to know that during this current impeachment, President Biden had his first call with Chinese President Xi Jinping. In a readout, the White House said that the two talked about coercive and unfair economic practices, crackdown in Hong Kong, human rights abuses in Xinjiang, and increasingly assertive actions in the region, including towards Taiwan. They also talked about COVID and climate change, but a lot of Republicans here in Washington, D.C. are saying they'd like to see more of what they really talked about. They'd love to see a transcript of that call, kind of like got leaked in the first impeachment regarding Ukraine.